People's Food Co-op is your neighborhood grocery store owned by 12,000 of your friends and neighbors. They serve high-quality foods, natural products, and support local farmers, featuring organic produce, meat and seafood, house-made bakery, deli, and more. You don't have to be an owner to shop. Learn more at www.pfc.coop. Prevention is the key to a healthy life. That's why Gunderson Health encourages you to learn about vaccines and how they can help you and your loved ones stay healthy. Vaccines protect against preventable diseases and viruses by boosting your body's defenses. Visit GundersonHealthFacts.com to learn more. We connected with the fellows of Tree Huggers Co-op and Tree Huggers Cannabis. We got into their line of Delta 8 and 9 gummies, a new cannabis water, and found out about a special treat for Cheech's DSFest ticket holders. Listen to our podcast at lacrosselocal.com or your preferred podcast app. I'm Amy.
And I'm Brent.
And this is Lacrosse Local.
We connected way back on episode 148. At that time, we chatted about your transition to being kind of this just a store to the CBD market. Right at that time, also, you're expanding into a second location. You had the brand new indoor garden. But what else is going on in the Tree Huggers world?
Got all of our gummies out, all 4 flavors, which have been rocking. Recently, we just did a collab with 608 Brewery, came out with a cannabis water.
Craft Cannabis H2O.
I think actually we have a can right there.
I do actually.
So yeah, that just got released on 420, our first flavor. So,
and we had kind of reached out. We had a few breweries that were reaching out to us that we knew, and they were really excited about the space, mainly up in Minneapolis because of the hemp-derived Delta 9 legalization / regulation.
Sure.
Brent, there's a lot that goes on with it. Basically, hemp-derived Delta 9 is legal federally, and then this last summer, Minnesota passed actual legislation to regulate that. So in Wisconsin here, we can actually sell 10 milligram. You can actually sell between 10 and 15 milligram gummies as long as it's under 0.3% hemp-derived Delta 9 based on the weight of the gummy. If you put 15 milligrams into a gummy that weighs 6 grams, 15 milligrams of hemp-derived Delta 9 divided by 6,000 milligrams, right? Because 6 grams equals 6,000 milligrams. That actually comes out to 0.25%. Now, the formulation that we use is a 10-to-1. So there's 100 milligrams of CBD and 10 milligrams of hemp-derived Delta 9, because as the market has shown, some people do not need a 10 milligram edible. Some people like a 5 milligram. Some people like less than that. So we're on our packaging, it says, start with a half of gummy based on your experience with these products. And so what happened was Minnesota basically said, hey, we're going to regulate this, and we're only going to allow 5 milligrams per serving, and you can only put 10 5 milligram servings into a pack. So 50 milligrams was their legal serving amount. So I have buddies that work at big food co-ops and stuff in Minneapolis, and they were seeing $25 to $30 50 milligram packs. Now you can get a 200 milligram pack at our store for $30. So I had friends man, I got to come down to La Crosse or to Wisconsin, because Wisconsin is still one of those states that didn't necessarily self-regulate the hemp-derived Delta 9 market. So we could legally sell our gummies in, I think, 46 states, I think is the accurate number. Maybe it might be 44 now, with some states passing further regulation. So we had a few breweries that we knew up in Minneapolis saying, hey, we love Tree Huggers. We would love to do a beverage with you guys. And we were obviously flattered. We had a lot of samples sent our way. The guys were dropping stuff off. But we also love and respect Phil at 608. And let's be honest, the guy puts out some awesome beer. We've done the Couch Lock IPA now for its 3rd year. We did the return of the spliff. We did last year was the Chronic Spliff back. And so we have fun with that. We released that on 420 with him as kind of like a Cannabis 420 stoner beer. And I mean, I straight up went to Phil. I was like, listen, we have a few different breweries that want to do this with us. We want to work with you. And so we had gotten him some samples of some beverages. He started doing his homework, and he released his Lazy the week before 420 just to kind of get it out there, as there was some other cannabis beverage buzz and stuff. So we're doing our 5 flavors: a strawberry kiwi, black cherry, cherry limeade, and that's to kind of mirror our current gummy flavors.
Hmm.
And then instead of doing like a blue raspberry, we wanted to do lemon lime because that's a pretty popular flavor. And then we're actually going a little more extreme and we're doing a grape flavor. So
Hmm.
we'll be rolling out those flavors. I know he's doing another batch of strawberry kiwi for us this week. And then we're going to roll out the black cherry and cherry limeade over the next 2 weeks. And those will be 5 mg. And then we're also doing a 10 mg on all 5 flavors. And then the heavy hitter, we're going to do just one flavor in 20 mg serving size, 16-ounce can. That's going to be black cherry. So
So
that's for the Uber drinker, the person that can handle drinking, a 20 mg beverage.
I've used your Delta 8s and Delta 9s before in the packs. But I'm a kind of a lightweight in the sense if I cut that baby up into 4 pieces.
Great,
So
better value for you.
man, how do you keep it all straight and also educate the consumer about something like a beverage like that? To me is something I saw that coming out from you guys and I was like, do I drink all of it? Do I share that with a friend? Like how do you roll something out like that and also educate people?
That's a very good question. It requires a lot of warning labels on these cans and on the packaging. We actually just had a meeting before jumping on with you here kind of about that and really like understanding, milligram serving sizes and stuff. We're not exactly trying to jump into the on-premise market. I think people have to try it and really understand kind of where they're at in terms of what like a milligram serving size. In legal states, the average milligram serving size for an adult is 5 to 10 mg. Now I can see, people consuming these maybe in a bar and stuff, and if they don't know what they're doing and they're drinking a few of them, not necessarily our
Yeah,
business
demographic, I
model.
guess.
Ours is
Yep.
more like an off-premise thing where you maybe pick up a 4 pack and you bring it home with you and you drink it. So
We're definitely gearing more towards, cannabis eccentric stores.
yeah.
So
Sure.
for people that are going in knowing kind of what they're getting into. So
And we've been selling hemp derived beverages now for, I mean, at least the last almost a year. I think last summer they started going on the shelves. A lot of it
Mhm.
was like some Minnesota companies, and we have a couple national company out of Colorado, company out of Florida, and most of them are doing like 3 mg. We've seen Untitled Art, a green canvas they worked with, and theirs was like 20 mg CBD and 3 mg hemp derived THC. And then we've seen a lot more beverages coming out that are 10 mg and 20 mg. And I know, speaking with friends of mine up in Minneapolis, the going milligram can is about $10 for a 10 mg, and that's
Mm.
something that again, you take home with you.
So it's like more of like a connoisseur thing. So it's something that you
For
probably
sure.
wouldn't jump into that the first time you ever trying this product. You probably go with a gummy and know what you're getting into. And
Yeah, and again, like especially with Minnesota, you have to put on there a lot of breweries that we talk to are like, well, if we're gonna do a 20 mg can, we have to say that this 16-ounce can is 4 servings. And so a lot of guys just didn't want to do that. They just
yeah,
went with a 5 mg, which is what in our opinion, we think the 5 mg is gonna be great, but we are gonna still have a 10 mg and then just that one 20 mg option. Because honestly, we sell a lot of 20 mg 4 pack. Like each can is 20 mg. We have people picking up 4 packs like crazy here.
Mm.
I mean, and they're like, again, those are those cannabis centric people that know
sit out on their dock and on the weekend
and kind of know their dose and stuff. But you're right, educating the consumer. I know for a lot of breweries, it's been great, especially in Minneapolis, and even Phil at 608, his lazy has jumped up to like his number 3 selling product now because
wow.
I think people want it. And again, and there's a seltzer world, and this is not a seltzer. This is it's flavored with monk fruit, which has like 150 times the sweetness as regular table sugar. It's a great for diabetics who can't have sugar. There's 6 carbohydrates. There's no calories. There's no added sugar, and it tastes great. You don't have a lot of carbonation with it, like a Truly or a seltzer or a White Claw or something. I know there's seltzers are extremely hot right now, but we're we're calling it craft cannabis H2O. And so, and Phil, like I said, Phil's doing amazing with it at 608. Just he's doing a couple different flavors. We both have the strawberry kiwi that's been kind of our proto batch, but we're doing completely different flavors, and he's doing some other things that he wants to do. So that's been really exciting. We have some other stuff I don't think we can necessarily discuss right now, but some other stuff in the beverage space that we'll be excited to announce.
Working with another local company, doing another kind of beverage line.
Yep.
Huh.
Sorry to leave you teasing. It's just we have to like we're still in R&D on that right now
Yeah.
and stuff. And but yeah, the gummies have been great. And then I know the cat's kind of out of the bag from like the Houston County meeting. Houston County back in March was trying to ban the sale of hemp-derived beverages and edibles, specifically in Houston County.
And stopping new companies from opening, new cannabis companies from opening up. They were going to allow pre-existing cannabis companies to stay, but wanted to keep new businesses from coming in.
And so it was a clear lack of like really
Education.
and understanding where the laws were going. We were present along with guys from Carbon Cannabis and a lot of other retailers in La Crescent, Houston, that area. And I mean the county board members, they kind of got I don't think they were expecting a full crowd, and some legal experts in there as well, kind of saying like you have multiple class action lawsuits if you try to do this. Everything is stated in the Minnesota Board of Pharmacy. And so the reason that we were there is because a lot of this conversation came about because we have secured a building in Caledonia and we are looking to open our third location. Sarah's going to be, it's going to be a female ran open dispensary in Caledonia. So our destination dispensary, and we're very excited about that.
Huh. That's sweet, man. You guys know your stuff. It seems like you have to be multi-layered to know this industry.
And here's one thing that we never claim to run to be first to market on anything. We try to not do everything solely in-house here. We work with really good people. A lot of times people reach out to us. Again, Brent's been doing Tree Huggers Co-op for this is his 20th year. So Brent has like a lot of OG friends and now that have gotten into the cannabis space as well. And so like really like partnering with cool people that we've known, partnering with quality local businesses and finding out ways like, hey, we specialize in this, you specialize in this. How can we help each other out? And it's really, obviously it's fun and exciting because this industry is, even since California's had Prop whatever for 20 years now,
Yep.
and we're sitting here in Wisconsin going, yeah, when is this gonna happen? So we're obviously excited about Minnesota, but the industry is still quite in its infancy. And I think there's going to be a lot of great job creation. Our main thing is just to have fun and love what we do, promote our teams, education. I mean, we always, I constantly am looking at our Google reviews and our Square reviews. And it's like, I love reading, hey, I stopped in and so I walked out of that store knowing a lot more about this industry or this product. It's all about education. I mean, really, there's so many places doing this, and we're not the only ones. We're not going to be the only ones. More and more stores like us are going to continue to open, but as long as you follow like what you love and you have fun doing it and you work with great people, I think that's a lot of times what kind of wins out in the end.
Well, kind of speaking to that, you've always been, I believe, a big supporter of Cheech's Dees Fest Family Music Festival since the beginning. It's coming up at the end of July. Why are these events so important to you? Because it does seem to have a good community. Your business model seems to have a good community sort of component to it.
We're so fortunate. We have such a cool community around here. La Crosse is so tight knit. I mean, yeah, it's small town, but I mean, like the Tree Huggers roots, no pun intended, like branch out to Minnesota, Minneapolis, Harmony Park, friends in Madison, Milwaukee, all that stuff. And it really is. It's about community, and it's about, people want to support you and work with you and do things when you exemplify that base thing, which is community. Cheech, dude, I was so pumped. We did for 420. I messaged Cheech. I was like, hey man, so we got we're doing these pre-rolls for 420. And I did some Dees rolls with Dees Productions, he has an actual joint now. And then we have some terpenes, sour diesel. It's a very popular strain. And we do some infused stuff. And I go, hey man, I'm gonna put you playing guitar. I have a really cool image, and I'm gonna do a little Dees Productions logo. We're gonna do Sour Dees, and then I just did apostrophe L, Sour Diesel hemp pre-roll, and we donated 100 of them to the Maine for his show. And I said, and we're gonna do a whole other run for Dees Fest and stuff. And he's like, my life is complete. I'm on a joint. I'm on a joint, and it's just like, that's fun. Like,
Yep.
that's just, to me, that is just, to make his day like that. I kind of send him some protos, and then I wanted to wait to show him the actual sour diesel joint roll. And he's like, yep, my life is complete. I'm on a joint. So it's just fun being able to do that kind of stuff, keeping it local. And I think that's why a lot of people tend to choose to work with us, because we can do fun things like that. We're not strapped to this corporate mentality, or we can have fun with it. That's what it's all about. At the end of the day, this is our Tree Huggers Co-op started as clothing, art, Brent's music festival backgrounds, and we've evolved into Tree Huggers Cannabis, which is a cannabis company, and it should be fun. It should be professional and educational, but we should still be having fun with it as well.
So if people want to, just come in and check it out, so you got the 2 store options. You guys are going to be at Cheech's D's Fest. Your new store is going to be opening in July. People are going to show up, buy the products, learn all about it pretty much.
Yep. We have treehuggerscoop.com where you can shop, and we can ship to, again, 46 states, I think, legally on our hemp-derived Delta-9 stuff. We do have our Tree Huggers Cannabis website, which is more product information focused. We don't have an e-commerce on that, but a lot of information. Employment opportunities. We just put up our careers opportunity page right now for both locations and future locations. We're always looking for talented people that want to join our team, that are passionate about the cannabis space.
So during Cheech's D's Fest, people can specifically come out there for their own to purchase. You guys will be vending. You'll have that special joint ready and waiting for them.
We'll probably do something like first 100 people in that weekend will get a free one. We kind of always do that, pending that they're 21 years of age.
Gummy samples, sampling out our beverages for people that haven't got to try it before. And then, just being able to come out and hang out.
Lacrosse Local Podcast is a production of River Travel Media. Do you have an interview idea you'd like to share with us? Message us on Facebook at Lacrosse Local. Find out more about us at lacrosselocal.com, and you can subscribe to the Lacrosse Local Podcast on your favorite podcast app. If you like us, rate us 5 stars. We appreciate it.